Let's call the meeting to order. So please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Tamer, call the roll, please.
Nudera.
Here.
Conquest.
Here.
Bastido. Here. Mulliner. Absent. Brennan.
Here.
Varimus. Here. Joyder. Here. Dunn.
Here.
Hill.
Here.
Holumsky. Here. Jensen.
Here.
Toludo. Here. Cahill.
Here.
That's everybody, right? 13 present, 1 absent.
13 present, 1 absent. We have a quorum. The Governor of the State of Illinois has declared a gubernatorial disaster proclamation in response to the COVID-19 outbreak, and all of the City of Elmhurst is covered by the disaster area. In light of the ongoing COVID-19 outbreak, the Mayor of the City of Elmhurst has determined that an in-person meeting for the November 1 City Council meeting may not be practical or prudent in light of the disaster. All of the aldermen of the City Council participating in the November 1 meeting, wherever their physical location, shall be verified and determine that they can hear one another and can hear all discussion and testimony during the meeting. And we only have 1 absent, and Alderman Mulliner is not participating.
I never called Park. I never called Park. Alderman Park. I knew there was something else. Alderman Park. Here. Thank you.
And now I'd say 13 ayes,
Sorry, 13 present.
1
I knew there
present.
was
All right, 13 present. All right.
Read the press.
All right.
She's not on.
So we're going to skip for this evening the presentation that we were going to have by the Civil Tech, and that will be picked up at another meeting. Item 4 on the agenda. Are there any announcements on the dais? Alderman Hill.
Just a reminder that Alderman Dunn and I will be having a Ward 2 ward meeting at the 404 North York Fire Station on Wednesday, November 10th at 7 p.m.
Thank you, Alderman Hill. Other announcements? Alderman Varimus.
Thank you. Alderman Doyder and I will be hosting a First Ward Town Hall meeting at City Hall on Thursday, November 18th from 7 to 9. The ward meeting will begin with a presentation from Police Chief Ruth.
Thank you, Alderman Varimus. Other announcements? All right. Item 5, receipt of written communications from the public. Is there anyone in the audience that has a written communication they would like to deliver to the council? If so, please raise your hand. There being none, we move on to public forum. This is an opportunity for any member of the public to address the council on any topic of their interest. We ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes in order to allow for all to make public comment and for the council to get on with its business. Clerk Tamer, is there anyone that signed up for public forum?
No, Mayor.
No. Is there anyone in the audience who did not have an opportunity to sign in that wants to make public comment? All right, there are none. We will close public forum. We move on to the consent agenda. I'll ask Clerk Tamer to read the consent agenda, please.
7.1, minutes of the regular meeting of the Elmhurst City Council on October 18th, 2021. 7.2, accounts payable, October 28th, 2021. Total $1,882,898.91. Report on 7.3, case number 21 ZBA 08, coring variations 454 East Webster. 7.4 report 2021 Explore Elmhurst Holly Trolley report. 7.5 report Elmhurst City Center traffic review. 7.6 report Addison Avenue, Cottage Hill Avenue, and Union Pacific Railroad crossing. 7.7 report 3rd Street and Oak Street stormwater improvements. 7.8 an ordinance amending section 4.09 entitled Economic Development Commission of Chapter 4 entitled Boards and Commissions of the Municipal Code of Ordinances of the City of Elmhurst, Illinois. 7.9, an ordinance to amend Section 36.11 entitled Limitation on Number of Licenses of Article 2 entitled Retail Licenses of Chapter 36 entitled Liquor of the Municipal Code of Ordinances of the City of Elmhurst, Illinois. 7.10, an ordinance declaring surplus property and authorizing the disposal of the surplus property. 7.11, an ordinance extending temporary executive powers pursuant to Section 3.16 of Elmhurst Municipal Code and pursuant to 65 ILCS 5/11-1-6. 7.12, a resolution determining the estimated property taxes to be levied by the City of Elmhurst for the 2021 tax year.
Thank you, Clerk Tamer. Is there any alderman that would like to remove an item from the consent agenda, either for additional discussion or to vote against it? Alderman Brennan.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to pull item 7.5 from the consent agenda and bring it back to committee, please.
All right, and that's a,
It's a report.
accommodate a chairman to do that, so 7.5 will be back to committee and off the consent agenda. Are there other items which any other alderman would want to remove? There being none, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda minus item 7.5. Alderman Brennan, second Alderman Hanquist. Clerk Tamer.
Nudera?
Aye.
Hart? Aye. Conquest?
Aye.
Bastido? Aye. Mulliner absent. Brennan?
Aye.
Verimas?
Aye.
Deuter? Aye. Dunn?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Palumski? Aye. Jensen? Studo? Aye. Cahill?
Aye.
13 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent.
13 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent. The consent agenda passes. Item 8.1. Clerk Tamer.
It is therefore the recommendation of the Public Affairs and Safety Committee that the City Council support these recommendations to enhance the traffic safety of residential roadways in Elmhurst and to direct staff to implement. Signed, Marty Deuter, Chair, Jacob Hill, Vice Chair, and James A. Nudera, Fifth Ward Alderman.
Thank you. We can have a motion to put this before the council. Alderman Deuter, second Alderman Hill. Alderman Deuter.
Thank you, Mayor. The report before us tonight relates to an issue that generates more complaints than any other: traffic safety on residential streets. We've all heard from residents who are concerned with the high speeds of passing cars. Typically, we share the residents' concerns with our police department, and the department responds with targeted enforcement and often the placement of the speed trailer, which displays the speed of passing cars to increase driver awareness. While the current approach is responsive and may have a temporary effect, it doesn't adequately reflect the importance our city places on pedestrian and traffic safety. Following a referral earlier this year from Alderman Verimas and me, and with support and input from Mayor Levin, city staff brought forth a robust plan to address residential safety concerns. This plan was discussed at multiple meetings by the Public Affairs and Safety Committee, and I'm genuinely excited to present this report to City Council. I'd like to thank Chief Ruth, Deputy Chief McLean, and Public Works Director Stan Balicki for taking ownership and thinking big on this approach. The report lists 8 specific practices that will be implemented. In general, the plan is based on a coordinated and standardized response to complaints that will include communication back to residents. The city will enhance its ability to gather and analyze traffic data with the purchase of equipment and software. And data will be made available to residents via interactive maps, and a community education campaign will be developed. As discussed at committee, the outlined steps detail a starting point, but it is expected that the program will evolve and strengthen over time. It's not realistic to expect that any program will eliminate speeding on our streets, but the planned approach has great potential to constructively engage residents and educate them to make our streets safer. I ask for your support.
Thank you, Alderman Deuter. Additional discussion? Alderman Hanquist.
I just wanted to compliment the committee on this work and staff. I think it's an excellent program, and I look forward to seeing how it works out. Thanks.
Alderman Verimas.
Thank you, Mayor. I feel very strongly about working to keep our neighborhood safe. Thank you to Mayor Levin, Public Affairs and Safety Committee, Elmhurst Police Department, Public Works, and city staff for your hard work and innovative approach to traffic and safety on residential streets. Our new standardized policy will benefit every resident on every block, and I ask for your support tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Varamis. Any other discussion? Clerk Tamer, if you would call the roll.
Nudera,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Conquest,
Aye.
Bastido,
Aye.
Mulder absent, Brennan,
Aye.
Varimus,
Aye.
Deuter,
Aye.
Dunn,
Aye.
Hill,
Aye.
Palumski,
Aye.
Jensen,
Aye.
Toledo,
Aye.
Cahill,
Aye.
13 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent.
13 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent. 8.1 passes, and I would like to also add my thanks to the same people, except for myself, of course. But it really was, I was very impressed by what the work that the committee did and what the police and public works did to contribute to take a serious look at what many perceive as is a problem that's growing in our community. And one of the things I think I've learned is that the people who are speeding around town are mostly the people who live in town. So there's some creativity in what they did and some real thought about how we go forward. So again, thank you. Clerk Tamer, let's go on to item 9, ordinance, if you would read the enacting language.
An ordinance waiving bid, authorizing the issuance of a notice of award, and authorizing the execution of a contract for the 3rd Street and Oak Street Stormwater Improvements Project. See item 7.7.
We have a motion to put that before council. Alderman Brennan, second Alderman Honquist. Alderman Brennan.
Thank you, Mayor. So as stated, this ordinance is related to item 7.7 above on the consent agenda. The report, describes a shovel-ready stormwater project at 3rd and Oak. So we're asking to suspend the rules for this ordinance so the project can start immediately and finish in November.
Thank you, Alderman Brennan. Discussion. Clerk Tamer, call the roll.
Nudera,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Conquest,
Aye.
Bastido,
Aye.
Mulliner absent, Brennan,
Aye.
Varimus,
Aye.
Deuter,
Aye.
Dunn,
Aye.
Hill,
Aye.
Palumski,
Aye.
Jensen,
Aye.
Toledo,
Aye.
Cahill,
Aye.
13 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent.
13 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent. Item 9 passes. Item 10, reports and recommendations of appointed elected officials. Mayor Levin. The only thing, I'm sure you all heard about it, but for those that didn't, we were selected as one of the 5 suburbs amongst the best in all of the United States. It's a very scientific study. But I'm proud because, when you look at the only, and we were number 1 of the 5, but it's Park Ridge and Wheaton, Glen Ellen, Highland Park. So I think it's really a credit, again, to the work we did. I won't make the joke about accomplishing so much in 6 months because this has been so much that has happened over the past 15, 20 years. So we pat ourselves on the back for that little one. City Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. A few items tonight. We put out a release this afternoon that the traffic signal at 3rd and York, just outside our window here, is going to be upgraded tomorrow. So that will be changed to a 4-way stop for a portion of the day from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. So they can upgrade that signal. With Halloween behind us, we are now hosting the pumpkin compost event. That's this Saturday from 9 to noon. So bring all your pumpkins to the Public Works facility. We'll have a dumpster there where you can throw it in, and it will go to a better use than just going to a landfill. It'll go to a compost facility. And then finally, this week will be the first of 2 free fall leaf pickups. And that's on your regular garbage day, so either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Put your leaves out there, and then there will be a second one on December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We always try to schedule those according to Corey's crystal ball of when the leaves will fall down. Sometimes she's right, sometimes she's right. And we will work with everybody if we have to push that out. The problem is that the compost facility is closed in December, and so we have a certain deadline to get that in. But please post that to all of your constituents, if you will. We have that information on the city website. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, City Manager. Any other reports by elected officials? Alderman Dunn.
Yes, thanks, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to give a quick update on Fly Quiet. We had a meeting last Thursday, and we're moving along pretty well. What's going on there is we have 2 alternative rotation plans. B, which we got through about 2 months ago, and H, which we are working on now. We prefer B. It's less action in terms of the runways that impact Elmhurst. But on H, we got through the primary rotation pattern, and in the last meeting, we just got through all the potential departure patterns for each runway. So, we are moving along, and we're hoping to wrap that up potentially in a few months. And also at the meeting, just wanted to mention that the representative from Elmhurst, which happens to be me, was elected vice chair of the committee. The committee didn't have a vice chair for the last few months, so honored to have that position, and hopefully we can work for a good solution for Elmhurst. Thanks.
Thank you, and congratulations, Alderman Dunn.
Thanks.
Any other announcements? All right. Item 11, other business. Once in a while there is some other business, not tonight. All right.
I did want to mention something.
Yes, go ahead, Alderman Dunn.
Just wanted to mention under other business, 712 on our agenda, there was a resolution to pass the estimated property tax. We're required by law to do that. I think it's at least 3 weeks before the actual tax levy. And I just wanted to explain that, so we're going to have a budget discussion tonight, and part of the revenues in the budget is the tax levy. We have a policy that council passed probably about 10 years ago, where this estimated budget number that we come up with, the policy is either the CPI, Consumer Price Index, which would have been back in June, whatever the figure was then, versus 5%. Whichever is lower, that's what the policy dictates that we go with for this estimated tax. And generally, it's been the CPI for many, many years, because that's been very low. This past year, it actually was higher. It was 5.4%. So the estimated tax this year that we put forward, which is about $20.9 million, was the 5% increase. So I just wanted to clarify that going into the budget discussions. The Finance Committee, we're working on the real actual tax levy, and should have that before council in the next few meetings. Thanks.
Thank you, Alderman Dunn. All right, I think we're on to item 12, adjournment. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Alderman Toledo with a motion, second by Alderman Palumsky. Doing roll call?
We roll call it these days.
All right, well, we'll do a roll call.
Nudera.
Aye.
Park.
I guess we don't.
Conquest.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Mulliner absent.
Telephone, nobody,
Brennan.
Aye.
Karimis.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Dunn.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Palumsky. Aye. Jensen. Toledo. Aye. Cahill.
Aye.
13 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent.
13 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent. We are adjourned. We will reconvene as Committee of the Whole in about 5 to 7 minutes, so freshen up and be ready to dig into the budget. We will, as traditionally we have done in the past, do a hard cutoff at 10, so wherever we are, that's where we'll be, and we'll end it at that point. Thank you.